Three, two, one, and we're live. Hello, mate. How are you doing?
I'm very well.
Ross McMillan of Lotame.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Nice to see you. So, I'm naturally assuming that a lot of people out there are going to know Lotame as a business, but just in case they don't, can you give a 30-second download on what Lotame does, where it comes from?
Yeah, of course. Probably should start with that. So Lotame operates two distinct kind of divisions. We have our technology business, which is our data management platform. So customers license our technology to collect first-party data, to unify that data, to help them build relevant audiences, and then to pass data into a whole range of different activation channels, depending on where they need that data to go to be. Plus, there's an analytics tool set layer over the top of that. The other side of our business is our third-party data business. We collect and aggregate data from thousands of different sources, and we sell it under the Lotame brand. So that varies from demographic data to broader interest and behavioural-based data as well. So we're one of the largest data exchanges globally, with around about 3 to 4 billion profiles globally.
What's happening at Lotame? What's the latest?
Yeah, lots of things happening. That's a big question. There's been a lot happening over the last 6, 9, 12 months. I suppose you can put that into a number of different initiatives. Our precision audiences, you've probably seen in the press over the last 3-4 months.
Yep.
Been a big part of what we've been doing to make our data within our third-party exchange what we believe the most accurate data on market. Lotame syndicate is still a big part of what we're doing. So the second-party data marketplace, still a big drive and a big uptake from those products. And I suppose just UI continual updates within the DMP, where hopefully launching a new audience builder, updating and tweaking the audience builder over the next few months. Continual updates of products and tweaks as we do. So lots of drives and lots of initiatives that are coming.
What's the overall context in which you're developing those capabilities? So obviously you've got, generally speaking, two distinct client sets, one on the sell side of the ecosystem, publishers, media owners, ad networks, etc., and the other on the buy side, agencies, advertisers. And so currently, what's driving a lot of the product initiatives within the business? Because it sounds like a lot of those products focus on the buy side of the market, but could also support the sell side.
Yeah, absolutely. And our product suite, as you say, does support both sides of the market. So historically, our technology business with our legacy business has come from the sell side. We've worked with publishers for years, and still do, and will continue to do so. So we help a lot of publishers to collect their data, understand what users are doing on the site, whether they're logging in, are they buying stuff, are they sharing articles, are they engaging with content, all those kind of behavioural signals. We can collect that as a unique behaviour and bring them into the platform for the publishers to use that how they will to sell to advertisers and agencies. That's always been our kind of historical business from the technology side, and will continue to do so. Probably also because publishers were the first adopters of this kind of technology. They were the early adopters. We've seen things change over the last 3-4 years as well, with more and more agencies adopting technology. They want to understand more about their clients' ecosystems and collect data from, whether it's a retail business, whether it's a travel business, an automotive business. They want to understand how users are engaging on site. Are they downloading content? Are they buying stuff as well? And what the kind of order of things they do online as well. So the technology enables us to do that, whether it's on the sell side or the buy side. The data exchange has historically, I suppose, been more for the buy side. We have agencies. Our data is in all the major DSPs to purchase, and it is used for advertising, targeting, personalisation of content, exclusion of audiences as well, to make sure that the buy side and advertisers are reaching the right user at the right time as well. So there is that dual kind of element across the market where we can reach both sell side customers and satisfy their requirements as well as the buy side.
Great. In terms of precision audiences then, so let's dig into that a little bit. So precision audiences, as I understand it, is an asset that is effectively providing verified demographic targets. Is that correct?
Yeah. So to give you a bit of history, when we launched the data exchange 7-8 years ago, our aim was to build one of the largest global data exchanges. It's all about scale, providing scale for advertisers. We've achieved that. And over the years, I suppose, within the third-party data world, there's been concerns from people on your side of the fence, the buy side, about accuracy, how accurate that data is. So we've undertaken a project that's been going on, although we launched the solution a few months ago. It's been something we've been looking at for the last 2 years in order to qualify and make sure that the data we're putting out to market is the most accurate available as well. So what we decided to do is to run that across the entire data exchange, starting with the demographics. It's the easiest, I suppose, place to start, and it's still what a lot of advertisers and marketers want is accurate demographics, whether that's age, gender, household income, do people have children, those kind of signals. So we've looked at the data exchange, and we've passed our cookies into, and our device IDs into about 3,000 different research panels. We've got them to look and to verify what they know about those users. Is this cookie a male? And we've looked for consensus across multiple panels as well. So where we know that a particular cookie ID, there's multiple panels telling you that that's a male, or that person is 18 to 24. We've taken that as the truth set. So we know that that's a verified particular audience or particular demographic. And then we've applied machine learning to scale those audiences.
Okay.
What we've done, however, is as opposed to going out to market and saying we've got this really accurate data, trust us, we've got industry benchmarks to mark our homework, so to speak, as well. So we've benched that against Nielsen DAR metrics, and we've outperformed across a whole range of metrics from age and various gender tests and categories as well.
Great.
So it's performed extremely well.
And it wasn't just verification through panel, it was also bot detection and human verification, is that right?
Yeah, and again, that's something that we ran over the data exchange even before we ran this precision audiences, was wheedling out the bots and the bad actors within that exchange as well. We've been working with a business called Are You Human for many years in order to get rid of the fraud. People think fraud kind of only exists in inventory, but it exists in data as well. And obviously, again, if advertisers, marketers, publishers are buying third-party data and they're wasting money on bots and bad data, then that's bad money spent as well. So we wanted to make sure we're weeding that out. So the data you are buying is not only humans, but also accurate as well.
So you guys are clearly betting on and investing in quality. Do you think that that's the way in which the third-party data ecosystem needs to go?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, the reason we've invested in this is because we've heard it in market that there's hesitance, I suppose, and reluctance. You hear it all the time that third-party data is inaccurate, it doesn't work very well, and that's a concern for us. It's a big part of our business. We want to make sure that that data is valuable and it does work for customers, because when you're buying a male or people that are 35 to 45, you want to make sure that is accurate and you're actually then reaching the relevant users, the target audience and target market of what you're looking to achieve. If you're looking to sell a certain product or exclude those people, you want to make sure that you're getting the right accuracy. So yeah, it's something that we are betting on and taking into concern, I suppose, things we hear in the market, both in conversations we have, but you hear in the trade press that people are moving away from third-party data. Fortunately, we have a technology business to allow customers to do other things as well, but the third-party data business is still a big part of what Lotame does.
Yeah, and I think that that's probably a shift in the dynamic with more and more focus on management and access to first-party data through technologies like Lotame's data management platform, and also access to second-party data and more bespoke data partnerships, which brings me very nicely onto Lotame Syndicate, which was another solution that you've released in the recent past, shall we say?
Yeah. I mean, Lotame Syndicate has been around for a long time, but it's gained a lot of traction in the last 18 months. And that's probably, I suppose, because of the nature of what we've just talked about, people's hesitance or reluctance sometimes in using third-party data. So our syndicate product, when it was first launched, was the ability for Lotame customers to sell or share data with other Lotame customers. Mm-hmm. And that iteration still exists. What we've developed over the last 18 months is the ability for data sellers, should we say. I suppose historically that a lot of the publishers that are doing that to sell data with advertisers direct. And we can pass that into various activation points for non-Lotame customers. So let's call it data seller, but potentially might be a publisher, can decouple inventory from data and pass that data set into an advertiser's DSP. They can control the audience they pass in. They can control the CPM and the date or the life cycle of that piece of data for that advertiser to go and find and target against those users.
And what's the take on that kind of a solution? Because I had Matt Taylor in here last week and we were talking about second-party data and the potential opportunities around second-party data that everybody was very excited around 18 months ago, 24 months ago, but hadn't really manifest within the market today. What's your take on that?
Yeah, so we've seen it grow significantly over the last 18 months, and we've seen the demand from the demand side. They're all crying out for second-party data, unique data sets. We've seen publishers open up, or data sellers open up to the idea of selling data. We have businesses who utilize our technology, and that's the only use case. They wish to sell data to the marketplace as well. That said, there is also hesitance, I suppose, around data sellers. There is the fear that it could potentially get into the hands of an advertiser that they don't want it to. But that's always something that we talk around, is actually forming relationships and partnerships with people that you do trust in order to use that data effectively for what it's planned for as well. We've seen the demand increase significantly over the last 12 to 18 months. I think there is still room for growth from the sell side in terms of actually utilising the solution more, and then I suppose for the demand side actually to take advantage of that as well, because I know they do talk around it a lot more, and you're probably better placed to talk about it than myself, but we hear in the market that people want unique data sets and to form those relationships. So
yeah, I mean, I think that's absolutely right. I think we are always looking for strategic data assets that are somewhat differentiated from what is available in the open market, but inevitably you have issues in terms of scalability, in terms of managing those relationships and those partnerships, and so solutions that can productize that workflow and automate it to a certain extent are definitely things that we're interested in.
Yeah.
Do you enable just the technology side of syndication, second-party data, or are you also providing consultancy support? Do you help create these partnerships?
Yeah, so yes, we do help create those partnerships. We have teams chatting to the buy side, to the agencies, to the marketers on a daily basis. So they understand and they have these conversations with people like yourself, and understanding that you're after this particular kind of data set, and we're able to then help facilitate those conversations with the sellers of that data in our ecosystem, so our clients on the sell side. That said, it still requires buy-in from the data seller to want to form those relationships, but it's something that we're pushing because of everything we've talked around. I think there is the demand for unique data sets for advertisers. They trust where that data comes from. They understand how the audience has been built, how it's been put together, and obviously then they can then have trust in that data set and in that data seller versus third-party data, which we have a big stake in, which is they know is aggregated from lots of different sources, and it's not 100% sure as to exactly where that data has originated as well.
Yeah, because from my perspective, I think that is potentially the missing, aspect to pulling together the buy side and the sell side, is having specialist consultants, expertise that can help to demystify the ecosystem and identify the correct opportunities for partnership and to walk people through the necessary steps to get those kinds of relationships up and running, which the king of segues today, but brings me to my next point, which is you guys released a statement a few months back launching your consultancy services. So that's a fairly unique position that you've put yourselves in, not only offering software as a service, but as Andy Monfried called it, people as a service to enable and to support your clients in the use and utilization of data management platforms. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so obviously in true ad tech fashion, we have to give it a 3-letter acronym, LSS, Lotame Strategic Services. So that was launched a number of months ago, and as Andy mentioned, is offering people as a service. Is one of our not biggest bugbears, but the challenges with data management platform is it's not a simple piece of technology, and you get a lot of enthusiasm from customers about licensing a piece of technology. There might be a process of a number of months where they go through, and then the uptake and adoption once that happens, once a contract is signed, it sometimes then wanes. And we need to ensure that people are understanding all the intricacies of our technology. It's not a simple piece of technology, as I mentioned, and there's lots of different use cases that can be facilitated. And that's where Lotame Strategic Services will come in, is the ability to help customers and hold the hand even tighter, I suppose, and guide them through that journey, whether it's simple audience building, putting together sales collateral, activating audiences, to more, I suppose, specialist use cases of tracking campaigns, building post-campaign reporting analysis for their clients, a whole range of different things, and we've built that into the strategic services framework, because not all customers are going to require all our services. It may be simple use cases, they just need a little bit of extra help. It may be they require a full end-to-end